Hi, everyone. Good evening. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. First of all, thank you to Plum for inviting me, and thank you everyone who have joined and who will be seeing this recording later in the day or whenever they have time. Today is going to be a very interesting session, and today I have curated a workshop for you, which is definitely not going into too much of detail into fitness, nutrition, meal planning, but everything that you need to know, and that will help you out in your journey to become a fitter and a better version of yourself. And hi everyone, my name is Digvijay. I'm a holistic health and wellness coach and a content creator. Oh, can you hear me or
Yeah,
somebody
we
in
can
the
hear
comment
you.
section? Oh, you can hear. Okay, I think Chaitanya was asking. Okay, okay, great. Yeah, I was saying that I'm a holistic health and wellness coach and a content creator. I'm a certified personal trainer, strength and conditioning coach, air yoga, and a yoga instructor. And for instructor, kettlebell instructor, I blend Ayurvedic nutrition with modern day nutrition, and that is what I do. I try to make things very very simple for everyone. Nothing very difficult, nothing very fancy. So today we'll be talking about all of that, and I'll start with my presentation where you will see most of the bullet points. I'll elaborate everything for you, right? Everything will be very easy to understand. Everything will be very easy to grasp as well. You won't be needing to watch it again and again. And please feel free to ask any questions in the comment section, in the messaging section. Feel free to ask any questions. No questions are silly, and no questions are too easy, right? So just go ahead and answer and ask all the questions. Yeah, so let's start with our session, which is basically meal planning, right? I hope you all are good with English. Yes. Okay. So what is meal planning exactly? Okay. First of all, let's understand what is healthy eating, right? Meal planning comes second. First is what is healthy eating. So I'll explain all the basics of healthy eating. Healthy eating, what is it, and why you should have it, right? Why you should have it as a part of your lifestyle, as a part of your whatever you're doing in your daily life, right? First of all, is healthy eating is basically having a balanced diet. आजकल के time पे we have made it so difficult for everyone to understand what is the right kind of diet for them, right? But if you go back and look at your parents, your grandparents, they are living till 100 years old, 110, 115 years old, right? Then they're strong, right? They're strong, and at least they can do their own tasks. But today's generation, people are facing problems very early in their life, right? When they're around 30, 40, 45, 50, mostly people, the average lifespan has reduced. Now, again, it can be very different for different people, but basically what happened, what changes happened over the years was we started moving more towards processed food, more towards we started having less time for ourselves, right? Less time for ourselves, for our diet, for the things that nourishes us and makes us happy. Yeah. So that is something that we need to reverse. Okay, let's when we look back, back then people used to have a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, a lot of be it vegetarian protein, a lot of non-vegetarian protein, whatever they could find, they which was healthy, they used to have it. Yeah. So that is what is a balanced diet. It's a balance between all the macro and the micronutrients that you need, which I'll be explaining later in the video. Yeah, later in the workshop. Next, let's understand what is macro and micro nutrients, right? Macro, as the name suggests, is big, right? Macro and micro means very small. So the nutrients that you need in bigger amount are called macronutrients, such as protein, fats, carbs, and fiber, right? Usually we miss out fiber. Now I'll be explaining what is the difference between carbs and fiber. But let's move on to the micronutrients. Now, micronutrients is something which you need a very small amount. Now, where do you get micronutrients from? If you're having a balanced diet, you will get micronutrients from all the vegetables, fruits, grains that you are eating, right? B vitamins from mostly fruits, from a lot of grains. Then you'll get vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D from a lot of not D, vitamin A, vitamin C from a lot of vegetables, green, colorful vegetables, green, yellow, red vegetables. You'll get all the micronutrients from them. Yeah. Uh, Next, if you are having any kind of seeds, they'll give you things as zinc, copper, magnesium, etc. Right. So make sure that you have fruits, a lot of veggies, a lot of grains, and then for your micronutrients, you can have a lot of nuts and seeds, and basically you're done. Right. Basically, you're done with whatever you need. Definitely for protein, you need to figure out what do you eat. Are you vegetarian, non-vegetarian, or vegan? Right. I'll be explaining more about it later in the video. Next, right now, you might have seen your friends, or maybe let's say your own, if you have ever taken a diet plan from someone. uh, Always there are a lot of variations. There are always a lot of different things included in the diet. Let's say somebody has broccoli, somebody has tempeh, somebody has uh, things which are not easily available. Then for a week you'll be able to have it. For 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, you'll be able to have it. But what will happen is, after a point of time, if it is not sustainable, something which you can't really follow for a longer time, you will fall back to your old habits. Yeah. So make sure the diet is sustainable. Yeah. Make sure the diet is sustainable. You're having all the things that you're buying, all the things which are easily available and including them in your diet, rather than focusing on something which comes from different countries or different states. Yeah. Next, eat seasonal and eat seasonal fruits and vegetables. Now, when I say seasonal fruits and vegetables, usually we, what we look for is something. Let's say, let's talk about kiwi, right? Let's talk about avocados, kiwis, broccoli, right? Something which is not in season, or something which has come from a different country or different place. So, if you see, certain things are okay in certain seasons, right? But if you're having it off season, it might have a certain effect on your body. Let's say something which is very heating in nature and you have too much of it during summers, right? Dry fruits are great in winters, but if you have a lot of dry fruits in summers, you'll have a lot of digestive issues, a lot of acne, right? Indigestion, a lot of things can happen. So different foods are also consumed differently, right? During the whole 365 days, during different seasons, it's consumed differently. Yeah. Okay. Also, I'll be reading your questions. I'm just a minute. Yeah, feel free to ask any kind of questions. I'm also checking your questions, right? I'll just quickly see if there are any questions so far. Uh, mm, mm, mm. Okay, somebody's asking for a type 1 diabetic. Okay, I'll suggest a few things, but again, such diets, when it's for a special, uh, for people who have special needs, such as diabetes or high sugar or let's say gout, etc., etc. For that, I would suggest look for somebody who can help you one on one, right? Thyroid is something yes I can suggest over here. But something such as diabetes, make sure you're consulting your doctor or your nutritionist. I can suggest certain foods though. Yeah. Okay. So please feel free to ask any questions. I'm all looking at the questions. I'll be covering it, and I'll not ask you to wait till the end of the video. I'll maybe cover it whenever I finish the next point or something. Okay, seasonal fruits and veggies. If you eat seasonal fruits and veggies, number one advantage, very economical, right? Something which is off season is always expensive. In season, it is always grown in bulk, or you easily get in bulk. So it's very easy to buy it in a cheaper at a cheaper price. Next is second thing is it is grown according to season, right? Something grows in a certain place because the season is allowing it to grow. So that means it can grow in that season and it is suitable for the body. Yeah. Now certain concepts that I'm also talking about, I'm also mixing Ayurvedic perspective, right? Let's say seasonal, the seasonal point. It's also from the Ayurvedic perspective. Yeah. Next, hydration, right? Hydration. Everybody asks us to drink water. Drink water, 3 liter, 4 liter, 5 liter water. Become a plant and keep drinking water throughout the day. Now let's understand how much water do you need. First of all, depends on the activity that you do, right? I do a lot of things. I play basketball, swimming, and I work out. So it's almost half an hour of swimming, 1 hour of basketball, 1.5 hour of basketball, and 1 hour of workout, right? Now that is something that I do on daily basis. So I need a lot of water because I'm also sweating, right? That's number one. Second is during summers, yes, we need a lot of water. Everyone needs a lot of water. And third is how do you know that do you need water? First of all, make sure you drink water when you are thirsty. Don't wait for a long time. Secondly, if you think you are in a place which is pretty chilled or cold, like let's say in office where the temperature is cold, you won't really feel thirsty. Yeah, make sure that you have at least 2 bottles in front of you which are always filled with water, and you remind yourself to drink water, let's say one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening, and one at night, right? Not just before sleeping, at least 2 hours before you sleep, right? So that way you'll have, let's say it's a 1 liter water, You can easily finish 3 liters of water, but just having it thrice a day. Easy, right? Not very difficult. I'm sure a lot of you don't drink water more than once or twice a day, right? Okay, next is portion control, right? The what do you mean by portion control? A lot of people are like, oh, I'm taking this diet from a nutritionist or a dietitian, and uh, I'm still not losing weight. Because sometimes what happens is, if let's say I suggest you to eat 100 grams of uh, something, you maybe don't, you don't measure it, right? And if you don't measure it, you might have a lot of it, or maybe you go overboard, right? So first of all, make sure that you measure whatever you're eating if you're on a fat loss diet, right, where you're counting every calories. Second is portion control is important, because excessive of anything, even if it's a good thing, it becomes bad, right? Because too much of something is also not good. If I ask you to eat almond, rich in magnesium, good fiber, it has a lot of vitamin E in it, right? Little bit of protein, good amount of calcium. But if you eat a lot of it, it might not suit you, right? It might cause more harm than good. Yeah, so portion control, make sure you measure everything, and after a point of time, you'll understand. So it's not a lifelong process. Now, coming back to the avoiding processed food, right? Processed food, everything will these days comes in a packet because we don't have time. We like everything on the go. Yeah. Now, what happens when everything is processed? There are a lot of things that your body doesn't need, right? Have you ever gone to a store and be like, sir, give me some sodium benzoate ion to add to my food, right? We don't do that, right? We are not like, oh, do you have that synthetic color and the natural sweeteners, or the natural, I'm not talking about honey and all the natural sweeteners. I'm talking about the ones that are not really allowed. Natural flavorings, right? When you see natural flavoring, whenever you see any kind of, you see the term natural flavoring at the back of any label, it's always not the natural flavoring that you're expecting, right? They're extracting the sweetness of strawberry from a strawberry. It's nothing like that, right? So make sure that you move away from processed food. You only have processed food when it is very, very needed, or you're going out and chilling with your friends, family, etc. Yeah, it's not like Digvijay just told me not to have processed food. Now, no KFC, no McDonald's, no Taco Bell. I'm not going to cafes anymore. Always remember, being too finicky about it, being too particular about it, can also cause certain issues. Maybe the way you see things. You don't want to make food your enemy, you want to make it your friend and work in your favor, right? It's when you're going out with friends, go and enjoy. One day of eating out is not going to cause a mayhem, right? It's not going to cause a lot of issues. So again, 90% good healthy food, homemade food, or any good food from outside, whatever you like. And next 10% is to socialize, chill, enjoy, right? So always a balance is important. Okay. Is vegan food healthy? Yes, vegan food is healthy, absolutely healthy. I will, if there's anything particularly you want to ask about vegan food, let's say you're like, oh, Digvijay, I've heard about vegan food not having enough protein, or having B12, or having etc. etc. It doesn't have protein. Okay, I'll explain how you can have vegan food and still get protein, right? Next, for weight loss, is it necessary to take 800 calories or less? Absolutely not. Everybody's body is different. If I want to, like right now, I'm on a weight loss diet. Sorry, fat loss diet, not weight loss diet. Now both are different. All right. In weight loss, let's say you are a MMA fighter, you are a bodybuilder, weightlifter, you are getting into some defense forces, police forces. You need to have a certain weight, right? The height weight ratio needs to be there. But for us who are not going for certain activities or competitions, we would want to really focus on fat loss and having an ideal weight, right? So again, your bone density might be more. So don't always focus on BMI, focus on your fat percentage, right? Get a BCA done, which is a body composition analysis. Then there are much advanced versions these days. There's a thing called DEXA scan that you can get from a good hospital, or if there's any place which performs DEXA scan. Always focus on your body fat percentage. That's very important. Try to keep it below 20, right? For females, males, and for males, especially somewhere around 16, 14, 13 to 16 is a good range. For females, it's around 14 to 18. Now, female can also focus on a higher sort of lower fat range, but for being healthy, it's always suggested to be somewhere around 15, 16, 17, right? To make it sustainable as well. Is vegan food healthy? Absolutely, vegan food is healthy. Now let's Somebody's talking about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, yes, I'll talk about intermittent fasting as well. Uh, okay. Somebody's asking, is vegetarian protein better than, oh, sorry, not vegetarian. Whey protein is vegetarian. It's made out of milk, by the way. Vegan protein is better than whey protein. Now, first, let's understand what is, okay. Your weight loss, again, for different bodies, different needs are there. If I am a person who is 6 feet 5, right, my daily calories will be very high, whereas somebody who's just 5'1", 5'5", right, there's a big difference. So make sure that you understand how much calories do you need, how to calculate it, right? Calculate your BMR, go on the internet, type BMR calculator. That is a basic calorie that your body needs. So no need to have anything below that, because that's a basic function, for the basic function. To breathe, to digest food, to speak, right now for speaking also I need calories, right? To just move my hand, I need certain calories. To just look at look and talk, I need certain calories. You sit and do the basic breathing functions, I need calories. So every small calories that are needed, even though you're sleeping, is the basic calorie you need. If you go below that, your body will not perform well. You'll be tired, you'll not get nourished properly, etc., etc. Yeah. Okay. What else? What else? Can we eat kiwi all season? Again, kiwi all season. Winter is not really suggested, but you can have kiwi. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, kiwi is something that's not grown in India, or if they started growing in India, it's absolutely. But there are many fruits which are as good as kiwi. Papaya is as good as kiwi, right? If you talk about digestive properties, it's as good as kiwi, right? Vitamin C as good as kiwi. So you can stick to, you can have kiwi, nothing wrong, but you can also have papaya. Okay, staying with
Hi,
family, we only eat
Digvijay.
rice. Yeah.
Could we do the question and answers towards the end? We could just wrap this
Yep.
up first. Yeah,
Yep. Done. I'll quickly, I think there's just two more things. I'll quickly talk about
sure.
it.
They will keep
Okay.
coming. Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm just, I don't want them to pile up, but I'm quickly answering your
yeah,
questions. Okay. So I'll just take one or two more questions. Then you can please type in your questions. I'll answer at the end, and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. Also talking about vegan protein and whey protein. See, understand, everything has certain things called amino acids. If the amino acid profile is the same, nothing else matters, right? Whatever suits you. Somebody who is lactose intolerant can have either the isolate protein or a vegan protein, which is made out of pea and rice, or just pea protein, right? It has the same amount of amino acid profile. Yeah. Okay. Uh, Intermittent fasting I'll cover later, right? It'll take a little time. Okay. Last two things, which is the basics of healthy eating. Number one is avoid overeating. Now, what happens if you overeat? First of all, overeating something which is not good for your health, right? It's not just about XYZ thing that you gain fat, etc., etc. But basically, when you overeat, you are you might puke, or the food might come up, which can cause a lot of heartburn. It can cause if you keep eating a lot of food, your food might come up and it can cause a lot of inflammation, right? And when it's very aggravated, it can become dangerous, right? Let's just say that. So don't overeat. Yeah, make sure that you're usually when you this is something, observe it next time. When you usually burp the first time when you're eating, that means you're almost full. And how much should you eat? You should eat at least 80 to 90%, not always 100%, right? And eat slow, because your body always gives back the signal that, okay, now I'm being full, and that needs little time. Yeah. And also chew your food properly, because a lot of carbs is also digested in your mouth. Yeah. And no yo-yo dieting, right? What happens when you do yo-yo dieting? You go back to the same old habits, and you don't see results. Your body malfunctions, and it's not good. Now let's understand what is meal planning, right? Yeah. So basically, meal planning is planning your meals in advance. Yeah, as simple, very simple, nothing complicated. Includes what? Make a list of groceries that you need. Shop it at the starting of the week, right? Very simple, basic. Let's say for carbs, what do you need? Roti, atta to make roti. You need, let's say, if you want something more simpler, you can take pasta. Now there are a lot of pastas that are healthy, right? There are a lot of brands out there. There are a lot of different kinds of companies which are out there which make pea pasta, they make chickpea pasta, they make beetroot pasta, beetroot and something pasta, right? Wheat pasta, etc., etc. So you can get milk, right? You can get curd, you can get paneer, tofu, chicken, fish in advance and keep it in a freezer or your fridge, right? Or you can store it wherever you want. So having this at all times makes it very easy for you to prepare your food, right? Otherwise, if you don't have anything, you'll go back to what? The 2 minutes Maggie noodle, yeah, which is something that you shouldn't have. Yeah. Okay. Next is planning a weekly meals. Always see, okay, Monday I'll have palak paneer. Let's say you're a bachelor, or let's say you don't have a lot of time. You can have palak paneer for lunch and dinner, right? Practical. Not like we need a 2 course, 3 course meal twice a day and different menu, right? You can stick to the same food twice a day. So let's say you want to make palak paneer, make the palak paneer in the morning. The morning, you have it for lunch and have it for dinner, right? You make paneer makhni, make it in the morning, make it in the evening. That's it. Simple, right? This way, plan your meals, whatever you need, and keep the raw ingredients with you in advance. Number third is figuring out what your body needs. Now, my body need might be to have 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day, and accordingly, I'll plan my meals and I'll prepare my meals. If I need a lot of protein, I'll make sure that I have enough protein there. When I say protein, I'm not talking about protein powder. I'm talking about things like fish, chicken, eggs, tofu, tempeh, soya chunks, right? All these things, rajma, chickpeas, etc., etc. Next is deciding your weekly or monthly budget. Now, your budget might be very different from mine, right? You might want to save a lot of money over there, but at the same time, nourishing your body, and that can always be done. It's not like you'll be deficient in certain nutrient. If you plan your meals nicely, you can always buy certain food in a budget, right? You can buy certain things in bulk. Let's say you're buying soya chunks. Now, if you buy the 1 kg soya chunks, you can easily save 20, 30 rupees, right? Somebody who's trying to save money, 20, 30 rupees, 10 times is a lot, right? He can buy just one more soya chunk packet, right? By saving X amount. So yeah, so that's about it. Planning your meals in advance, keep it simple, make sure that it's also practical. Yeah, pros are it saves time, saves money and good health. Cons are you have a lot of money, now you can allocate it where you want to spend it, and that's it, right? There are no cons of planning your meals in advance. They're just a lot of pros, right? These are just 3 good pros which will definitely help you. Okay, so now usually we get confused. Okay, how Digvijay, I like to just listen to my body. Now, how do I know how much should I eat, right? Let's say I take a plate. Now, this is a small plate, right? Not very small, but let's say a normal dinner plate. Protein, right? You see, first of all, I've almost drawn the portion. So maximum should be veggies. Now, they're very cool concepts. Salads at night are not that great, but salads in the afternoon are great, right? According to Ayurveda and just practically speaking, right? Veggies at night, better if it's cooked, right? Veggies is now somebody who doesn't really go, somebody's body doesn't suit with well with raw veggies can eat cooked veggies, right? So for these two people, it's very different. So if cooked veggies are great for you, go for it. If raw veggies you like, make sure there's always a balance of cooked and raw, yeah, in your diet. So you can have raw salad first and then have your meal. Always, whenever you're having uh, any kind of meal, make sure that you have the raw salad first. Yeah, then you continue, then have whatever you want. Next is protein. Protein is very important. You're like, Digvijay, I'm not a bodybuilder. Now, what do I do? Do I need to really eat a lot of protein? Yes, everybody needs protein to survive. Yes, at least 1 gram per kg body weight. If I'm 70, I need at least 70 grams. If I'm 80, I need at least 80 grams. If I do a lot of physical activity, I need more, maybe 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, right? Some people have 2 also, but no need to go overboard. Listen to your body and see what is giving the best results. 1.1 gram is great for everyday people who want to just do daily tasks and just perform every day. People who are working out, people who are doing certain activities can bump it up a little, right? Next is so protein, veggies. Now, why are veggies important? Some people let the veggies go away from their meals because they don't like it. Veggies are great because helps you in digestion. Second is helps to control cholesterol. Yeah, so cholesterol problems are also solved. Third, they give a lot of micronutrients and macronutrients, micros mostly, not really macros, a lot of micronutrients that you need. This is the right kind of fiber that your body needs, right? Dry fiber such as oats, and etc. They're dry, so now not really easy to digest. But when you cook it properly, then it becomes great. But otherwise, raw veggies are great: carrot, beetroot, radish, etc. Yeah. So protein, veggies also help the protein to digest, right? It gives them the digestive enzymes. So protein, veggies, sorted. Next is carbs. Carbs, again, don't be afraid of carbs. Make sure you don't go overboard, right? If your entire plate looks like a big heap of rice and little bit of curry with, let's say, certain vegetable, and that's it, then it is not a balanced meal, right? As I told you, always vegetable, protein, little bit of carbs, and fats are mostly used in our Indian household. I'll be covering which fats to eat towards the end. So that's basically it. Make sure you have a balanced diet. Carbs in India, mein, you can have rice, chapati, anything. Not make you fat. Make sure you don't go overboard. Now, what are the components of a balanced diet, right? What can you have in a balanced diet? Let's see. Okay, first of all, proteins. Also, please feel free to answer. If you have any questions regarding whatever I'm saying, feel free to leave your comment. I will answer all your questions. Yeah. Now, protein sources. Now these might just look like 5 protein sources, but there's so many more. I'll just name all of them. First of all, chicken, right? Somebody's non-vegetarian, chicken breast, right, is great. Fish, again, some fish which is grown in India. Make sure it is easily available, not very expensive. If usually fish are expensive, you can have eggs, right? Eggs is something that I prefer for my everyday meal. I have eggs every day. Like every day, at least 2 meals are just eggs, right? Sometimes I want to change. I have paneer, I have tempeh, etc. But eggs are great, right? Economical, good amino acid profile, and yeah, it's great. Next, for vegans, soya chunks and tofu, and for vegetarian, you can have paneer. Okay. Uh, Okay, somebody is asking if you'll get the recording. Yes, you'll get the recording, so don't worry. Yeah, Manu, you'll get a recording. Maybe I'll reiterate it a few times. Somebody have joined late, and yeah, feel free to also ask questions. When you ask questions, and you register also, and you can always go back and look, just see, absorb whatever you're able to absorb from this session. Yeah. So soy chunks and tofu great for vegans, and paneer, right, for vegetarians. More sources. Tempeh, it's again made out of soy, right? It's a fermented soy, so really easy to digest. Next is chickpeas, rajma, dal, also good. Then you have hemp seeds, hemp hearts actually. Then apart from that, yeah, so these are the good sources of dal, lentils, beans, soya bean, your chana sattu. Again, all these things have good amount of protein. So mix and match, and again balanced. Okay, next, fiber source, right? Now fiber source. Now, why do we need fiber? I told you multiple. There are multiple benefits of fiber. Also, I'm going to teach you some recipes towards the end. So some delicious recipes. So people who just want to watch, and towards the end, I will show you different recipes, easy recipes. None of those recipes will take a lot of time. Yeah. Okay. There are some interesting questions. I'll also answer them, like whey protein causes kidney issues, or somebody asked how you should eat your food. I'll answer all of those questions as well. Yes, next one is fiber. Why do you need fiber? Helps to control cholesterol, great micronutrient profile, right? All these small micronutrients that you need. Third is keeps you full, right? Fourth is keeps you glowing, gives you natural water. Most of the veggies and fruits, they have water. So again, right, these things are great, helps in digestion, scrapes off your internal your digestive, your organs from the inside as well. Right, also protects colon cancer, right? If you don't have a lot of fiber in your diet, can cause issues. Yeah. Seeds are great. Make sure they're soaked, like chia seeds, flax seeds, even the nuts, dry fruits that you eat. Make sure they're soaked, right? Why do you soak them? Because it takes away a lot of lectins. Yeah. What is lectin? It's an anti-nutrient, right? Our parents, our grandparents, they have always asked us to soak the dry fruits. Why? Because when you usually it has, so all these seeds and all these nuts, they have a certain covering on top, right? Certain enzymes on top, phytic acid, also anti-nutrients, right? When we soak them, it usually takes away the anti-nutrients out of it, like soaking mangoes, right? You should also soak all the greens that you have at least in water for some time, right? We have as when I was young, I've always seen my parents doing all these things. Why we should not follow the easy method of boiling chana, instead of that, you should always soak it at night and have it consume it the next day, right? Always soak for at least 6 to 8 to 12, 24 hours, right? The more the better. Sprouting makes it even easy to digest. That's why you can eat kala chana, sprouted moong dal, right? Because it becomes very easy to digest. Next, uh, fruits. Also, yeah, why do they cover it? Because they don't want, let's say the plants don't want animals to eat whatever nuts and seeds they have, because that helps to grow more trees. Like it's like their offspring. So basically, when we soak them, we are taking away a lot of those enzymes which causes issues, right? They bind with calcium, iron, zinc in your body and hinders the absorption. So it's very important. Second is fruits. Again, all the fruits are great. Seasonal best. Dalia, oatmeal. Again, not just oatmeal. Dalia is also great. Good amount of protein. We don't really, give it the credit it deserves. But dalia is great, right? Nuts, vegetables, any vegetable works. See if raw vegetable suits, great. If not raw, cook the vegetables. Not don't overcook. Cook. Okay. Next, so we are done with protein, we're done with fiber. Next is calcium, right? Now calcium is why calcium? Why adding just calcium? Because a lot of females, they have issues later in their life, also some males, right? Calcium deficiency is something which has become more during this time, because let's say you're not going out in the sun, so less calcium absorption. Second is a lot of people have become lactose intolerant, right? So here are some sources that you can have: sesame seed, til, right? Til ke laddu you can have til ki chutney, makhane, great, roasted makhane, my favorite snack. Makhane is something you can have in place of chips. You can snack on it. Make sure portion control, small portions. Next is papaya, great for digestion, great for your body, great for your skin, right? A lot of people also apply papaya or on the skin, helps to really nourish it, but from the inside it's equally great. Next is dairy, right? Dairy is again great. uh, Okay. Uh, Dairy, good source of calcium, but people who are intolerant, you can avoid it. Green vegetables, green vegetables actually has a lot of calcium. Moringa, wheatgrass. Again, I have moringa and wheatgrass powder. You can also have it. It's in the Indian superfood, inexpensive, easily available pan India. Next, grains. Now, which grains? Wheat, yes. Oats, yes. But ragi, ragi is great. Amaranth, cholai, right? Cholai ki laddu that we have during Navratra, again, great. Next is soy. Soy is also a rich source of calcium, so go ahead and have soy. Somebody asked Digvijay, soy products, does it cause man boobs or any kind of imbalance? No, it doesn't. Right? There are a lot of studies which supports this, not just me. Studies which support it. Right? You need at least more than, I don't know, around a kg of it every day to really have that. Nobody's eating a kg of soy chunks, right? So having at least 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 grams also every day is absolutely fine. All right. Again, moderation is the key. And secondly, see if it suits you, go ahead. If it doesn't suit you, right, then you need to choose something else. Last but not the least, fish, right? There are more sources, but these were some good sources. Dry fruits also have a lot of calcium in them. Fish also is rich in calcium. Yeah. Okay. Next, carbs, right? Now, when we talk about carbs, we're really confused. First, we need to eat it or not eat it. It's your body's preferred source of energy. Eat it, but how much to eat? See how much suits you, right? Carbs are really easy to consume, so make sure you're mindful, right? Eat carbs which are rich in fiber, such as whole grains, oats, wheat, ragi, amaranth, right? All these things. Then apart from that, sweet potato. Now you'll be like, the Gujarat potato. That means French fries are healthy. No, French fries are not healthy. It's also how you prepare the food, right? I can have a grilled fish, steamed fish, or a fried fish. Fish and chips, yes, it's a good dish, but again, not healthy. Yeah, because you're frying it. So it's also how you prepare the food. So fried food, bye bye, but hi to non-fried food. You can boil it. You can make a chaat out of it, some green chutney, some yogurt, and make a chaat out of it. Sweet potato, great. It's amazing. Vitamin A all is there. It has good carbs in it. It has a lot of fiber in it. So big yes. Rice, yes, rice is great for people usually suggest don't have rice at night, but rice is even better at night. It's very easy to digest, right? Whenever you're sick, what have you suggested? Are you suggested oatmeal? No. I suggested something like a roti? No. Always moong dal and chawal, right? If you go to an Ayurvedic retreat, they also give you khichdi, usually moong dal or some rice, right? So because it's very easy to digest, and when you have a grain with a lentil, it becomes a complete protein. This is also a great concept. When people talk about vegans don't get protein, you need to make sure that you're pairing two kinds of food. Now, this is an interesting concept. I want you all to really focus on this concept. It's called complementary proteins, right? When you take a grain and you take somebody said ghee is not a good fat. That's absolutely wrong. That's not right, right? Nothing is bad. First of all, I'll explain why. Uh, Okay, coming back. I was talking about complementary proteins, a grain and a lentil, let's say a peanut butter sandwich, right? Uh, whole wheat, bread with peanut, it becomes complete protein. Hummus and pita becomes a complete protein, right? Pita bread made out of wheat and usually other grains, and hummus is usually made out of lentil, chickpeas, right? Kabuli chana becomes a complete protein. Next is there are more things that you can have. Moong dal and rice, right? Again, you pair it, becomes a complete protein. Right? Dal chawal, rajma chawal, complete protein. Chole chawal, complete protein. Right? So this is how you actually you pair two things and make it a complete protein. Next, for carbs, any kind of good grain is great, and fruits have carbs. Don't run away from fruits. Everyone should have carbs. How much you need to decide. 100 grams is good for everyone. 120 grams of carbs is great. Now, okay. Somebody said, somebody asked that is ghee bad for health? And, somebody is saying, okay, heating ghee is actually bad. You can have it after it becomes good. Yeah. Uh, More questions. No, ghee is good fat. Consume 1 teaspoon daily after heating. After heating, okay. Maybe what she meant was after heating, you can actually measure it properly, right? Because it usually ghee expands when you heat it. So, okay, let's first understand the ghee. Is it good for health? Yes, absolutely is good for health. People have been demonizing ghee a lot, but ghee is actually nice. When you see why ghee was said to be bad, because it is saturated fat, right? First of all, it is a short chain fatty acid. In that also, it is a short chain fatty acid. Yeah, which is actually good for your gut health, right? Your gut lining, and it has a lot of good properties, right? Healing properties. Next, it is a good source of fat. So good for your joints, good for your skin. Your cells need fat. 9% of your brain is also made up of fat, right? Now again, ghee is important for you. Do everyone need to eat ghee? It's your call. You can have ghee, you can have certain other kinds of fats, right? But ghee is not bad. You can go ahead and have ghee, right? Next, after heating ghee is actually more stable than any other fat out there. It is great. The heating point is very high. So I would not suggest you to fry food in it. But let's say you are cooking something. So if you heat it also a little bit, it doesn't spoil. But again, heating anything too much is not good for health. Yeah. Next, any kind of good oil, especially cold press oil, कच्ची गानी, right? कच्ची गानी का मतलब क्या होता है? कच्ची गानी is basically cold press. पहले के ज़माने में there were these wooden mills, right? They used to really crush those seeds and take out all the oils. So that is something that is usually कच्ची गानी. And India में कच्ची गानी में you get सरसों का तेल, which is mustard seed oil, and you get तिल का तेल, which is sesame seed oil. Then you have ghee, which is great. Again, you have coconut oil. Coconut oil, again, people talk about it having saturated fat, but it is a good kind of saturated fat, but the bad kind of, right? Food you should be worried about are trans fat. Trans fat is overcooking anything becomes trans fat. Hydrogenating something, hydrogenation process also makes it trans fat. Yeah. So yeah, so that was basically about fat. Why do you need to eat Fat, because A, D, E, K vitamins are absorbed in the presence of fat. Your cells, right? They are also made up of fat, not exactly fat, but yes, a part of it is made up of fat. That's why it's very important to have fat in your diet. Uh, Lubrication, your hair, your skin, right? A lot of lubrication in your joints. A lot of it depends on good fat. So make sure you're not having a fat-free diet. It becomes worse if you avoid fat from your diet. Yes, so that's about it, right? That's about understanding the basics. So this is everything that you know about, need to know about your diet. I'm sure if you are more inquisitive, you can learn more things, right? You can learn more about it. But this will set up a base. This will help you to actually, set the base for a good health. Okay, next. Just give me a moment. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about some all these questions, right? I'll take some questions now, and towards the end, I'll take more. Yeah. How do you get rid of hyperacidity, which is triggers automatically? First, you need to understand what triggers your acidity, right? See after what food you are actually become more acidic. A lot of grains can cause acidity. A lot of tea, coffee can cause acidity. If you drink alcohol, it can cause acidity. If you don't eat frequently, it can cause acidity. People have acidity; they need to eat frequent meals, right? Every 3-4 hours at least. Fruits are great. A balanced diet is great. Make sure you're having fats in your diet. Apart from that, processed foods a big no-no. Yeah, so these are some things which can cause acidity, right? Empty stomach, no fruit juice. Yeah, so these are things which will help you. Make sure that you don't overeat as well. So these things will help you with all acidity issues. Even after following all these things and avoiding the food that cause acidity, you're still having acidity. Maybe consult a doctor, consult a nutritionist, right? Like a one-on-one thing, because it's something which needs to be monitored. Should one take vitamins, minerals who stays away from family because doesn't get proper nutrition from fruit? If yes, what kind of? First of all, get yourself checked and see what kind of vitamins are you deficient in. Maybe it's just in your head, right? If the blood test really tells you you're deficient in XYZ thing, you can supplement that. Your blood test, let's say, says that you are deficient in zinc, go ahead and have zinc. Yeah. Okay. I'll take more questions, right? Does whey protein cause kidney issues? No, it doesn't cause kidney issues. Egg with yellow needs to avoid? No, not at all. Make sure that you have limited, don't have a lot of egg yolks. See how much suits you. It is a little heating in nature, but it's not bad for you. It has a lot of vitamin D, a lot of vitamin E, and good fats. Yeah, so whey protein, any kind of thing can cause issue if you don't have enough water, or you already have a underlying condition or a condition like a prior condition, like a kidney issue. Then you should avoid all these things. That food sequencing better? Yes, absolutely. Fruits not with your diet. Fruits should not be had in your meals at least 1 hour before or 1.5 hour after your meals, right? Not between your meals. Any fruit, right? First, start with your raw salads, and then you can continue with whatever food you're eating. Tofu doesn't call man boobs. Yes, you can soak any kind of nuts and seeds. Yeah, I think so. That's it. Somebody's asking which rice, white or brown rice. At night, it's better to have white rice because fiber is a little difficult to digest at night, right? Otherwise, you can also have, if you're having any vegetable in it, white rice with any kind of vegetable will add fiber to it. So no need to really focus on that. Yeah, I think we're done with most of the messages. If you have more, please go ahead. Okay, somebody's asking about something that they saw on Insta. It's the ultra human thing. Yes, you can. Please contact me directly. I'll clear all your questions over there. Right. I'm sure they'll mention the Insta handle. Let's. There's so much to talk about, but there's um, certain things that I can only talk about here in this time duration. Let's move on to the next segment, which is basically cooking with me. I will take you through certain recipes, easy recipes, tasty recipes. If somebody's seen my Insta, that is what I do a lot. Just give me one moment. I will. Okay, Insta handle name. It's called Digvijay Lifestyle. Yeah, just Digvijay Lifestyle. Yeah, give me one moment. I'll quickly change the setup. Okay. Just give me one moment. Okay, I hope you all can see me. Yes, I can see myself. I'm sure you all can see me as well. Yeah. Okay, let's quickly. I'll teach you some recipes, easy recipes that you can have, that you can make. I'm sure a lot of you are really busy throughout the day. So these recipes will help you to really up your meal planning game and help you to really eat healthy recipes. These are tasty ones, not bland food. I don't like bland food personally. So nothing, no bland food. Yeah.
Digvijay, your screen. Yeah, okay, it's back.
Oh yeah. Somebody was somebody was calling me. Right. So I hope they can wait. Yes. So first recipe is very simple, right? I'll quickly. Yeah. So now, why will I be able to? How will I be able to show you all these recipes in such a short duration? Meal planning, right? I plan these all these things in advance, so it will take me a very short duration to prepare all these meals. And you'll see. First of all, I will take. So I've taken some pasta over here. Which pasta? Spaghetti. Now, spaghetti is the pasta which is noodle-like, right? Take some water, put salt, oil in it, boil the water, and first don't boil it, put the pasta as well, then boil it. After that, what you'll have is boiled pasta. Simply strain it, oil to help to make it, to keep it separate, right? Remember childhood memories when your Maggie stuck together and it never really separated? That will happen if you don't put water in it. Yeah, simple. Okay, pasta, right? Boiled, drained pasta. Now what I'll take is a little bit of hummus, right? Hummus is made out of chickpeas, easily available online. If you want recipes, it is on my Insta handle, right? I'll simply mix it like this. Yeah. Now what I'll add is, now you can add chutney to it, tomato chutney, green chutney. You can have, you can put palak paneer ka palak in it. I have taken a little of pesto, right? Now, now this will help to flavor it, and right, I'll mix it all together. Easy, and that's it. Now for vegetable, I'm just taking a little bit of red capsicum. I'll add red capsicum to it and simply plate it. That's it. The entire thing is ready in what, 3-4 minutes. And that's it. Your pasta is ready. Now you think like, oh, is it flavored? Yes, absolutely. Right. Whatever you add to it, like I had added hummus to it. It has salt in it. It has cumin in it. Right. It has good fats. Pesto, tomato, sun-dried tomato pesto was there. There was some basil, right? Vilaiti tulsi. So that's it. Quick taste test. Mm, nice. Right. First recipe. Second recipe. Okay, please, guys, go ahead, ask whatever you want in the comments, in the comment section. Next is a chia seed pudding. Great for breakfast to people who have digestive issues. when they wake up, they're like, oh, I feel constipated. Yeah, always. Or my digestion is not good, etc., etc. I also need some healthy fats in my diet or omega 3s. This is for you, right? First of all, in a cup, take milk. First, take milk, right? Over here, I'm adding a little bit of jam. Now, this is a natural uh, jam, no sugar, nothing. If you want, you can avoid the jam. You can add whatever you want. You can put some cocoa powder, etc., in it, and make a like a cocoa. But I have a separate recipe for that, right? So I'll simply put jam. Yeah. Now this is a strawberry jam. You can put any jam of your choice. You have blueberry jams in the market, which are sugar free. And so this is how I'll stir. Simply I'll stir the chia seed. Add milk to it. Yeah, you can add dry fruits to it. Now I'll add a little bit of banana. And that's it. I'll say, Digvijay, this looks like I don't know what it looks like. Right. Now this will become a pudding. How? I'll show you. Just give me one moment. Now when the chia seeds expand, right, it becomes thick, right? It becomes thick when the chia seed expands. So this is, I made this around 45 minutes back. I think more than 45 actually, one and a half hour back. So it become very, very thick. So this is how it will become after some time. So again, in advance, let's do a quick taste test. Taste test तो क्या मुझे खाना है तो बहाना है. Nice. Not neither too sweet, not bland. Perfect balance here. Chia seed, again, you can't feel a lot of crunch because chia seeds soak over there. So now it is more become very thick, fibrous, and pretty good. Now the jam that you use in it also will basically flavor the whole thing. Also, yeah, if you wanted to add some protein to it, yeah, paneer was there. You can add anything to it, chicken, etc., etc. Yeah, you can add more veggies to it. Last but not the least, not an empty jar. Just a minute, wait for it. For this, you can take any milk of your choice, right? You can take milk, banana, apple, chia seed, oats, cocoa powder, and cinnamon, right? Very simple. Take the milk, at least half. By half, it becomes very easy to mix. Next is oats. Yeah. Now this is overnight. You can also make it in advance, half an hour in advance, but overnight is great. At night, simply put it all together and that's it. Chia seeds, banana, some apple. Next is cocoa powder. Right. Now again, if you want to sweeten it, sweetener of your choice, you can put stevia, monk fruit sweetener. And next, okay, now this is something now. Cinnamon helps you to balance the blood sugar. Yeah. Cinnamon will happen, helps to balance the blood sugar. So you can go ahead and add cinnamon to it. Now simply mix it all together. And this is the final recipe. Right. And your chocolate oats pudding is absolutely ready. Right, very easy. Now you see, I think so it took what, 10 minutes. I know I was not keeping track of the time. But yeah, that's it. Right now, this will also not look very thick, but in the morning, it will become thick. Yeah, so I'll give you a closer look. So this is how it looked like. Let me do a quick taste test. Nice. I'll say nice only because मैंने बनाया है. But yeah, have you ever heard a chef say, "Oh, name could have been better"? No. So, but it's actually good. And you can again tweak. These are all ideas. You can play around these ideas. And cooking is something that you can also learn and you should learn. Meal planning, mein, if you know cooking, it becomes very really really nice for you to really plan your things to plan things in advance and keep experimenting with things. So yeah, so we made multiple things. A quick recap. Let me clear all of this. All right, I think in the span of 5-10 minutes we made multiple things. Number one is your hummus pasta. Next is your overnight oats. Third is your chia pudding. And 3 recipes ready in under 10 minutes. Now, this is the power of meal planning. If you plan everything in advance, you have the ingredients with you. It's really easy. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it.